epigenetic and the genetic memory fields. Since I started really going deep into the genetic memory fields and the epigenetic field, it's astonishing how much we're being influenced. And I'm asking myself over and over, how much is actually me in my communication, or how much am I being influenced in the way I communicate or the way I think? And an example of that would be specific communication, like language, the way we change our vocabulary every couple of months. I noticed recently the new words coming in is like, let me go off and check that, let me do that. Instead of said, I'm going to do that, or if I notice there's new words dropping in every so often, and it's going into the collective, we're all interconnected. And when I start really meditating and going into the epigenetic field, it's astonishing how many imprints or how many voices are influencing our system. And then when I go into the genetics, it's amazing how much our ancestors were influenced. So this webinar, The Donkey and the Rope, is about that. It's about going deep into genetic imprints, deep into clearing them and releasing them. And the level of programming is astonishing that's in our systems. I start dropping into it last night, and I was feeling almost layers of an onion being peeled out of my system, out of my subconsciousness, out of my DNA, which then leaves space for you to come in as spirit. We're going to also work with any aging programs. We're going to work with health programs. We're going to work with programs which are clearing the fears of scarcity. I start dropping into that yesterday to see how far back in the ancestral lines are we being influenced by scarcity, by starvation, by financial topics, for example. And I was getting back 12 generations and more that I've been influenced in that field. So I started dropping in and going through the ancestral lines. And it's really, really old. I couldn't believe it's still in the system. So that's in the DNA. So what our ancestors experienced, for example, in scarcity, in famine, in war, in religious belief systems, also in the work that I'm doing. For example, when I was growing up, you would be locked up if you even spoke about the work I'm doing. And, then many generations back, you'd be burned as being a witch or a wizard. So how much is that still in your system? How much is it impacting you? And these fields are crucial. They are you, they are creation, and they support us to create, they support us to manifest, and they support us to go beneath the veils. So these fields, for example, that I'm working with, we all have access to them. And maybe because of an influence you've heard in your childhood or your mother's childhood, it's stopping you from entering these fields. And it's all you. So we're becoming more whole, we're becoming more empty in a way, but empty in a healthy way, that we're completely connecting to ourselves as creator and as creation. So this is what we're going to be working with in the webinar. I'm very excited to open these fields, to clear the fields, and then to experience what it's like not to have them in your system. It's very, very beautiful work and very, very important, I feel, really important. I was really amazed at what was in the system. So maybe I see you at the webinar. If you want to go deeper, if you want to clear these veils, if you want to also, for example, what came up strong was in the last 2 years, how many of us are dropping into the truth. And I'm sure you know what it's like when you first drop into the truth with certain things that are happening in politics, in finances, in health, in the medical system. You don't want to look at it. Your first reaction is, I don't want to look at it. Why do you not want to look at it? Because there's programming in the system. So in this webinar, we're going to go straight into the truth. We're going to start clearing the truth, clearing what's stopping you from looking at the truth. And you will drop deeper and deeper and deeper into your system, if that's what you want. Okay, free will, sovereignty, and facing your own essence And then you can face the world around you in a different type of way and clear that resonance frequency from your system. So you're vibrating on creation, self-love, dignity, honor, and truth. So maybe I see you at the webinar, and these are the keys which are coming in, I feel. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.